Good morning, friends. Friday morning sunshines. How are you guys? Hi, Michelle. Good morning. Um, Michelle, I had this on mute. All right, Michelle. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. I'll be listening while unpicking stitches from the back of the quilt. Oh. Um, I don't know why. Um, oh, Sherry. Poor Sherry. Um, let's see. Hi, Lisa. Lurky Lisa. How are you? Good morning to you. Joyce. Hi, Brenda. Congratulations for the winners from Annette's giveaway. Hi, Chris friend. Now, I know I have this on mute. Okay. So, good morning, everybody. Friday morning sunshines. Miss Nikki. We need to give big hugs to Miss Nikki. Good morning to you. Many thoughts and prayers to you, Miss Nikki. Big hug. I'm giving you a Jersey style hug, Nikki, and a kiss. So, yeah. Hi, Rhonda. Good morning to everybody who won on Annette's giveaway. Hi, Deb. Good morning to you. Hi, Giovanna. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, big hug to you, Nikki. Annette just finished the live. Oh, good. Okay. I did put numbers in for the panel for the tree skirt. So, so yeah, congratulations, Miss Brenda. Yeah, very good. I don't know everyone else who went because I was getting ready, so I was kind of half listening, but I was alive. Oh, hi, Andrea. How are you? I am here, but will be lurking as I border this quilt. Oh, thank you for lurking. Yes, big hug to you, Nikki. And it's Jersey style. I don't know if everything's really bigger in Texas, Andrea, but the hugs are pretty big here in Jersey. Well, it might be bigger, but you know. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Joyce. How are you guys? So, what is everybody doing on this Friday, this weekend? Anything exciting? Anything like super fun? We've had an awesome couple of weeks. I will need to do a haul video. Well, you won from me. You're getting your slippers, Brenda. I just mailed everything out yesterday. I'm sorry it's so late. But so remember, you guys, I am sewing the bluebird. Oh, Giovanna, how is that going? Hi, Joe. Congratulations. I heard you won something. I don't know what it was, but so you guys remember I showed you this pattern for this sewing machine. It's by Penny Spool Quilts. It's a free pattern. And I did a short on this. I did a short comparing the two sewing machines. One was a hot mess and one wasn't. So this one I love. And do you know, I did that short and not until this morning did I realize, you see how the knob here is down? It's supposed to be up. Well, this piece back here, I reversed it. It's supposed to be up here. I'd sewn it. And all this time I even did a short. And I just noticed it. I'm not unpicking it for that because it doesn't look terrible, right? It still looks it looks fine, right? But so thanks, Donnell. Good morning to you. Yes, lots of prayers for Miss Nikki. Nikki has been an amazing supportive friend to all of us, and we really appreciate you, Nikki. And if I have to give you another hug, Nikki, I'm just going to throw it out there. 3 cool patterns and a pattern holder. Oh, nice, Joe. Yeah, I was half listening. I guess Annette's taking a bathroom break. So good morning to you, Miss Donnell. So yeah, it doesn't look terrible. It looks, actually, you probably wouldn't notice it, honestly. So yeah. So today I wanted to show you, and I already got started. So in this pattern, this is an amazing pattern. If you are a beginner, you want to learn how to paper piece, this little pattern is perfect. Because this is the layout of the pattern. Very straightforward. It gives you the 1/4 inch seams. There's not a ton of pieces. It also provides you with the legend, right? I just wrote my scribbly scrabble notes. Yeah. Do you guys scribble scrabble all over paper patterns? I also received the roll-up purse storage supposed to purse accompaniment. Oh, Brenda, that's a hard word on a Friday morning. Awesome. Donnell's going to be lurking. Thank you. And it gives you all the instructions, all. So if you were looking for a cute little sewing machine block, this is, I cut off the 14. Oh, you did, Giovanna, from the bird? Yeah, I would love to see. I'm sure Giovanna's going to do an amazing job because she's an amazing creator, and Giovanna's wonderful at what she does. Hi, good morning, Heidi. Joe, you are a legend. I don't know. So she said, I cut off the 1/4 inch. No hard word on Friday, Brenda. Oh, shoot. Oh, Brenda, you are right. When Brenda's right, she's right. Yeah. Miss Brenda, you are off to a good start Friday morning. So the really wonderful thing, I have the screen to set up to show you, but it's not going to let me do the mini me and the big screen at the same time. It's only going to let me do the big screen. So I might disappear for a little while. I just came in. Looks fine. So the good thing about paper piecing is you can use scraps, right? And I don't know if, for those of you who are really good at paper piecing, I'm sorry, this is, like probably redundant for you. But not spending days cutting fabric for patterns is so much better. And I'm a beginner, so this works out perfect for me. So yeah, so these are just scrap pieces. So I'm sticking with the peach and the brown, like this one. This was actually cute little fabric that was donated to me. I think it was this was actually a fat 1/4 donated to me. I can't remember, but it's very cute. And if you look at the back, it's very straightforward and easy, except for don't reverse one of the pieces. So I already got started today. So what I wanted to show you is I have already done this part here. It's very, very tiny. This little part here. This part, I already did this one section because it's very teeny tiny pieces. This has to be pressed and trimmed up, of course, but yeah. So I already did this one. Top of the morning to you, Annette. Wonderful prizes, great giveaway. Awesome, awesome. So I'm following this legend. And then when I cut out my pieces, as you guys can see, it already includes the 1/4 inch, right? So what I did was following this legend here. I marked, following this legend that they have here, I marked each piece. Like this part here, I wrote a B for background, right? So, and then for the pieces that actually have the sewing machine on it, this part of the sewing machine, all this part, I just put an S. So this way, like for myself, I know that, you know, each piece. So some are background and let's see here. This I wrote, this is the base of the sewing machine here, down here. So I just wrote base on it, you know, just to keep myself organized and I don't have to do any, go back and keep checking, right? And I even wrote everything on the back. So this way I wouldn't get confused with, you know, what pieces, and I pre-folded everything. So I pre-folded everything, I pre-labeled everything, label it how you know, how you want. You're the best, Annette. Big hug to you, Miss Annette. She's been doing really great. Annette's been doing really great with her channel. And the Quilt of Valor, you guys, what a beautiful pattern, guys. Really awesome, Miss Annette. And it's so nice you're doing that. You rock, Annette. So this is what we are going to finish today. Like I said, I already got this piece done because if you guys can see how tiny, I scrabbled all over it, but see how tiny they are. So, hi, Miss Terry. Good morning to you. Good morning. Did I say hi, Joyce? Yeah, so Annette's been really doing really great with her channel. She's been really working hard and she's been doing really great. So big hug to you, Miss Annette. Yeah. Oh, Randy's here. I am not using my paper scissors, Randy. These are my Vintage Wise fabric scissors, and these are awesome. I got these scissors for $3 at an antique shop, and they're better scissors than any new one I have. So, Randy, just to let you know. Randy's watching. Oh, let me plug in my computer. That would help. Randy's watching. He's got his eye. He's got his eye on us, Sir Randy. Right, Mr. Randy. I was wondering why my computer was so dark. Okay, so yeah, it won't let me do the setup where I can do mini me. See, it just does mini minis. And then it does that. Or that. They got new neighbors in January, Dolly P and Guy F. Oh, hi, Joy T. Good morning to you. Good morning. Haven't seen you in a while. I hope all is well. So, yeah. All right. So, like I said, I have my pieces pre-cut. I will bring you guys down here. I hope everybody's having an amazing Friday. I hope you guys had a great week. So, a couple of things. So, a couple of mentions for our sewy friends. All right. So, Sherry, our friend Sherry, Sherry Yurton's Quilting World, is almost at 1,000 subscribers. So let's give her a big yay. Right? So yeah. Um, a big hands clap to Miss Sherry. So Sherry, congratulations. You're going to do it. And our friend Lisa at Awkward Quilter GA is almost at 2,000. Yay. Miss Lisa, I know you're lurking, you have to work, but I just wanted to wake up to a ladybug in the ladies' rooms. Can't find her now. Was going to set her free. Oh boy. Yes, everybody give these special ladies, these amazing friends and creators, put your hands together in the chat. Let's give a hand clap. They're amazing creators and friends and very supportive. We love you very much. Yes, Lisa, almost 2,000. Sherry, 1,000. That's awesome. Once you get to like you're close, you're going to fly by and everything is going to be awesome. And the third person, we're going to do 3 special shout outs. Our friend Donnell at Donnell's Stitchery is almost at 1,500. Donnell, woohoo! Yay! So those are 3 of our wonderful, amazing friends. Can you go and find me 80 more and I will do a giveaway? Thank you, Joe. Oh, you know what? If I was a bigger influencer, it might work, but I'm not really a huge influencer. I try, but Donnell is doing amazing. And Donnell is doing, I know Donnell is working and lurking, but Donnell, if you want to put your information in there for your Advent, Donnell is doing Advent boxes. And I believe that she will customize them for you. And so Donnell, put your info in there and let people know, what you got going on, girlfriend. I just heard my name. Oh, Donnell, put in your information for your Advent box. Because Donnell's doing Advent boxes for all you lurkers interested in an Advent box. Donnell at Donnell Stitchery, who's almost at 1,500 subscribers, will, does anyone? Link, please. Donnell, Donnell's right in the chat. Put in your information, Donnell. I'll do a shout out, Lisa. Oh, Terry put in Donnell. All right, good. All right. All right, so let's get started on our project. And then we'll sit and chitty chat and chit chat. Yeah, so Lisa, Sherry, Donnell, you guys Donnell's at 1,500. Yay, yay, yay. 2,000, right, Lisa? Right? When you're just thinking, that's so close, right? Yeah, so close. Hi, Miss Laura. How are you? Good morning to you. All right. So like I said, I'm just using scraps for this. So I picked out some scraps. And let me see if I can. No, it's not doing it. All right. Would you guys need coffee? All right, Chris. Is this an okay view where you don't mind seeing my getting rid of my mug and doing? Can you hear me now, guys? Can you hear me? Mm-mm-mm. All right, can you guys hear me now? We're good? Hello? Can you guys hear me? You have to start from the beginning of the project. Okay, we're good? Do you guys hear an echo? You hear an echo? Okay. So let's see here. All right, so we're going to start from the beginning, right? Um, all right. Can you guys hear me now? No echo? Okay. You were having fun doing sign language? Okay, so now, like I said, this is a part that I did already here, right? So I did this part already. Oops. Of the sewing machine of this part here. Of this part right here. Oops. I did this part. So now I'm going to be doing the part. This part here is the base. Oops. Is the base, which is going to be this part and then the background. That is this part down here with the base. Oops. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I labeled everything. The base, and I wrote B for background, and I even wrote it on the back so I wouldn't get confused, right? Where can I get the pattern? Oh, this is from Penny Spool. Oops. Penny Spool Quilt Sewing Machine. So, Penny Spools. All right, so let's get started here. We don't want to get all mixed up here. Okay, so right now I am going to be putting together, like I said, the base. I really would like to right, you got me now? I'm sorry, guys. You lost your voice again. Oh, sorry. I don't know why it does that. It's just not going to let me do mini me. All right. This is the way it's going to have to be, I guess. I'm sorry, friends. So all right. I'm sorry. This is the way it's going to have to be. It won't let me do. Okay. Anyway. Sorry, guys. This is not the best view. I'm going to try and zoom in as close as I can. All right. So that was my. Goes in and out again, Joe. Please stop touching the buttons. I know now we can hear you. Okay, so this was my base piece here. Again, the base. This is the part I'm doing down here is the base, and then this background here. So, and I just, like I said, I labeled both sides, base, and then background, and I labeled them everything on other sides. I pre-folded everything, right? So your very first piece is going to be wrong side to wrong side, right? So this says B here. So this piece right here, these are all going to be border pieces. The next three pieces are going to be border pieces. So I did B1. So D, the next piece is this. Did I do that wrong? Did I label it wrong? All right, so this is the base piece. Oh, sheesh. I knew it was bigger than that. I just labeled this side, the wrong side here. It doesn't matter, at least we caught it early, right? So the rest of these three pieces are going to be background, right? So this is my first piece, which, like I said, is wrong side to wrong side here. And then let's see, let's add some background fabric to it. These come along pretty easy. I'm sorry about I don't know what this, I don't know what this StreamYard does, set everything up. So I'm basically just going to be cutting some pieces here for it. Just eyeballing this piece here for the background. And now everything else that you do, stop touching, but that will do fine too, Joe. Thank you. I have a mess of a little pieces cut from the bird block. I know, Giovanna. All right, so now we're going to place our pieces right side together. So the very first piece you do is always going to be wrong side to wrong side. But everything else from now on that you sew is going to be the way you traditional piece, right side together. All right, so I'm going to just sew down 1/4 inch here, but I'm going to sew it. You're always going to sew right when you bring it to the sewing machine. You're always going to sew right on the printed pattern part. You're not going to sew on the wrong side. You're going to sew on the right side. So that's kind of right. So I'm going to just sew down in between 1 and 2, right down there, 1/4 inch. If I miss your comment, I apologize. All right, we are going to, I can't show you the sewing part too because, and I'm using a stitch length of 2. So all right, we'll move quick because you know, the lighting in this room is so the lighting in this room is terrible. The lighting in the sewing room is much better, but I have less room in there. So if I want to do projects like this, Hello, shalom. All right. So now we're going to glue and fold our piece over. And then, yeah, now we have the two side pieces here, which are both background pieces here. So we did D1 and D2. So it doesn't matter which sides you do here, but these are just the last two pieces, and that'll finish this section on the bottom here. So this section, this is what we're doing down here. So this whole section. So these last two pieces are going to be the ends over here. So we've already done this piece and this piece. If I missed your comment, I apologize. I apologize. Let's see here. All right. So again, I'm just going to fold my piece over here. And then when I add my fabric here, I'm going to add it right along here where the fold is. Fold. I'm adding my piece here right along the fold, and I have plenty of fabric in here for my fold. And just sew down along this right side along the top here. And every time you sew here, you see how there's like excess fabric here? Here, we're going to fold over the paper, fold down the place where you just had sewn, and we're going to trim off all of this excess here, leaving at least like a 1/4 inch. So I didn't leave that much fabric here, but always make sure that the fabric that you had just sewn is folded over and out of the way. Because ask me how many times I've trimmed off this piece here and actually cut the fabric that I had just sewn. So make sure the back of your fabric here is still, yeah. So I'm just going to trim this off right here a little bit. And now I'm going to flip the paper back over here. So I'm just going to add a little glue here. Hi, Sandra. Good morning to you. Hi, Ruby. How are you? All right. So we do have a little extra here, but that's okay because we can trim it up. Trimming as I go. I'm going to trim the rest of this excess off over here. I'm just following the lines. I'm not using a ruler. All right. Because my ruler is in the other room, so I'm just gonna follow this and then trim. So far, doing pretty good. We are cooking with gas today, right? And like I said, this is really great. And I'm just eyeballing the pieces that I'm cutting. This way, there's not really a lot of scraps, right? All right, so now we're just gonna keep going along. Right sides together. And then I'm just going to give a little glue here. Oh, I didn't sew it yet. Duh. All right, so I'm folding over my last piece here. Folding this over, making sure that I have enough room here in my, oh friends, I am so sorry, because that little logo is in the way. So in my fold, I have enough room here to sew. So I'm going to flip this over and then sew down the line. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so now that we've sewn down here, I do not have any too much excess here. So this is right about, I put it right about here, so I don't have to trim anything off here. All right, so I'm going to put a little glue here, not much. And then I'm going to fold this over. Fold this over here, right? So now we have this, all this extra fabric, we're just going to trim it up. I'm just going to trim. You can trim as you go. And this isn't perfect trimming. That's why I'm not using a ruler. So this eventually will need to be trimmed again. So I'm just kind of trimming. I'm lightly trimming. So this is the base that we just did, right? So this is just the bottom part here. And I've already done this part. So this is what I have so far of the sewing machine. Can you see it coming to life, guys? Oh, is this a Hobby Lobby fabric sale week? Oh, I don't know. Is it? That would be great. What a lovely gift. So generous of you, or Joe, like that. Hi, everybody. I hope JoJo is teaching you well. Oh, Santo is my hubby. He's so nice. Oh, hubby, thank you so much. Thank you. Was fabric 30% off or more? Oh, yeah. Thank you, hubby. Oh, thank you very much. Hi, DJ. Good morning to you. What a sweet hubby, right? All right. So we have this part and this part done. So let us move along. It just comes along. I love this. All right. So let's take a quick break. Let me show you I took down my snowman quilt and I put up all of my FPP pieces on my design wall. I finished the last 3. So I finished the, if you see the gingerbread people on the top and you see the reindeer on the top. So the gingerbread lady and man and the reindeer are all done. So I finished all of the blocks for Sew Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Giovanna, I did it. Woohoo! I finished all the blocks. That is one nice man, Mr. Vintage. Okay, guys, so let's move on. I really wish I could do the big screen, but now then you can't hear me. All right, so we have 3 more pieces to do here. So let's work on all right, so let's work on the top part. This top part here, I wrote, you can see I wrote thread on it. This top part here is this part, is this area up here with the thread spool. So this is a very easy, very easy piece. All right, so I marked, and I think it double checked. So I even wrote on the back, thread, and this is just basically the thread spool and background fabric. So this is pretty easy. Okay. Okay. All right, so the first part here, this E1, is going to be a background. So I am putting the fabric down, wrong side to wrong side. I'm just going to give a little glue so we don't do flappy flap. Thank you, hubby. Joe, yours is even cuter than the pattern. Oh, thank you, Shalom, for saying that. Shalom, you're the grooviest gal in the block. Rushing Wind Mountain, her name is Ruby. Thank you, Joy T. How you been doing? I haven't seen you in a long time, in forever and ever. Okay. So the thread, for the thread spool color, you can really have fun, right? So for the thread spool, oh, hi, baby. We are learning. Hi, Jessie.
Look at your super chat.
Yes, I did.
That's why they were all asking the fabric was on sale.
Oh, the fabric was on sale. Yes, that's right. The fabric was on sale.
I only got when fabric's on sale.
E. Marie said that, right?
Well, I said that. Did you read my super chat? What it said? You didn't read the super chat.
Oh, let me read it. I was doing stuff. I had a sound problem. Just got back from Hobby Lobby. I had to get some fabric on sale. Oh,
me and Jesse just got back.
Jesse went with my hubby. Okay. I'll take him because I'm doing this.
All right, we'll see you.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You were getting the joke. How'd you come up?
Oh, sorry, guys. I was trying to show you guys. That's why Emer. That's what you guys were saying. Emery, you're funny. Oh, thank you. So Rushing Wind Mountain is Ruby. She has an amazing channel, guys. LTC Quilter. Her name is Pam. Good morning to you, Pam. Gifted 5 memberships. Oh, thank you, Pam. Oh, thank you so much, Pam. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. All membership money goes straight to the animals for the local shelters. So that's really, thank you so much. Big hug, Pam. I appreciate that. That's Jesse. Jesse, Pam, if you don't know, he was found at 4 weeks old. He was a bottle baby. And yeah, thank you, Pam, so much. Thank you. Oh, Emery got a membership. Thank you so much. Laura got a membership. So nice, Emery. Thank you, Terry. Oh, thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that. I have the Kaiser Chef's song Ruby in my head now. Yes, thank you. Oh, if you guys don't know, Jesse is Giovanna's boyfriend. Okay, so for the thread spool color, I picked this cute little, it's a swirly, actually, I'll just show you here. It's like a peach swirl color. It goes with the theme. So let's see. I have to sew E1 to E2. So we're going to fold. And now, like I said, everything is right sides together. I'm going to do it this way here. Make sure I have enough. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's plenty. So these are really small pieces, and I really love FPP. I don't have to spend days cutting. Yeah, thank you again, Pam. That's very nice of you. Very nice. So this is by Penny Spool Quilts. For those new people coming in, can you guys see? Penny Spool Quilts. It's a free pattern. If you go to their website, they have lots of fun free projects. They had quilt alongs. So I'm going to just sew down in between 1 and 2 here. And I sew over. Giovanna, I can't wait to see your bird. So when you're sewing, I always sew a couple of stitches past, because they always recommend to do a couple of stitches because your next piece will now connect to those stitches that you left over here, right? So now we're going to just flip this piece over. Actually, I'm going to glue. Any questions, you please? This bird is killing me now, right, Giovanna? Okay, so Giovanna, I don't know if I told you guys this story with the. This is what Giovanna is talking about, friends. This bird. This FP, look at the back of it. It is a hot mess. I had to make a couple modifications. So Giovanna said she took out some pieces too. She took out a piece. This is such a beautiful, beautiful block. This bird is stunning, right? But look at the back. I don't know if you could really appreciate. Tiny, and it's giving Giovanna a hard time. Yeah. Well, yeah, Giovanna said she made hers bigger, but that pattern is by, what did I say? Giovanna, what's the pattern? Can you put in the chat who the pattern is by? All right, so the rest of this, top of this here, is just going to be background fabric aside from the spool. The thread, the spool of thread here. All right. All right, so right sides together. Make sure when you fold your fabric, when you fold on the line and you flip it over, you have enough here in your fold to cover your 1/4 inch. And we're going to flip it again. I'm going to flip it again and then sew along the right side. Thank you, Ruby. Oh. Do you know what I just did? I cut this piece way too short. So you know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to add, when I cut it, I cut this piece too short. So I'm going to make this piece longer. See what happens when you're on a live stream? You just got to go with it. And it's only like an 1/8 of an inch. I made this piece too short. Yeah, it's only like this much. Sometimes you got to improv, guys. So yeah, that bird was just giving me such a hard time. And you know what? This extra little piece that I add in is going to get caught up in seam allowance anyway. So, but I just like to add it. It's my LBS FPP pattern, a day garden party. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't wait to see yours, Giovanna. I can't wait to see it. She's going to do an amazing job. It just gave me a super hard time. That's going to be too short. Yeah, it gave me a really, really hard time. All right, so now we're just going to keep doing that. We're just going to keep going and using that same process, guys. Right? Making sure that we have, see, I didn't make sure that I had enough here when I folded it. All right. These things happen. I do 100 of these, but you get on a live stream and then you don't get all foobarred, right? All right, so just a little glue. I'm going to fold this over and trim this up. So this pattern is really awesome because it gives you all the 1/4 inch, right? I showed you guys that one sewing machine pattern that I did that didn't give you any 1/4 inch markings. That turned out terrible. All right, so let's trim this one up a little bit. Again, this is going to have to be trimmed again. All right, so this here, this right here is going to be my thread, the top of my thread here, my thread spool. Look how it's awesome it's coming together, right guys? I make it look easy one day. I have a whole, Rhonda, I have a whole entire beginner FPP playlist. Beginner, very super beginner friendly. I just started, Rhonda, doing this in January. I started in January with this book called Sew Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And there are, Giovanna, how many? 16 in here? There's 16 blocks, Rhonda, in this book. And just yesterday, I finished the 2 gingerbread and the reindeer. So I have officially, I just showed you guys on the board there on my design wall. And this book comes with lots of different projects. Stockings, tree skirts, table toppers, placemats, mug rugs, bags, and totes. So I just started in January. That I will need to watch next. It's Rhonda, Joe gave me the bug. Yes, I did give you. It's they're very super, like, I mean, because I'm a beginner, I'm no expert at sewing. You guys know I'm not an expert, but I just started this year, so everything in there, Rhonda, is beginning. Oh, it's called Sew Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. I got it on Amazon. So Laura bought it. I think there was 8 people altogether that bought it. Yeah, so Sew Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Mary Hertel. Yeah, so I'll show you again at the end, but I did the one block that that I had a hard time with was the elf and the ear. So Giovanna told me that this is the elf, and the one side of the head is shorter than the other, and it was a little hard. Okay, let me get going. I don't want to keep you guys too long. Okay, so let's do this little part with the knob. Let's do the knob on this side here. Oh, this side. And hopefully this time I could get this. All this time I didn't notice it, but we'll do the knob real quick. All right, so again, I labeled it. See, I labeled it knob. I pre-folded. The B is for background, and I wrote the same thing on the back, so I wouldn't confuse myself. So this is always a good way to just practice. By the way, I will not be doing the feet of the bird. I will sew the ribbon. I didn't do the feet either. You mean the toes? Yeah, look, I didn't do the toes either. No toes, because I said the same thing. I said I'll just do them with embroidery floss, because if you guys see, hi Tammy, how are you? If you guys see how small the feet are on this pattern, I forgot. I don't know the link. I don't know what the link to this is. I'll have to find out. But the toes on that bird. I'm glad you're not doing that, Giovanna. I'm glad I'm not the only person not doing that. Okay, so we're going to do the knob. And for the knob, I'm going to do the same fabric like the base fabric. So I'm going to use this brown, just like I have here. And then even in the original picture, they have the knob and the base fabric is the same. And I thought that was kind of fun to do that. So I'm going to stick to the same piece here. All right. So this is I wrote knob. So let's make sure we have this right. So this piece, I believe, is number 1. So this piece is quite large for that. Trim it up a little bit. I added a little glue. Add a little glue here. As you can see, this is quite big for this piece. So again, this is a piece that is the only other color aside from the background fabric is the knob, right? So this is wrong side to wrong side. And like I said, I just learned how to do this year. So this is my background piece here. So this one here, right above where the knob is number 2. So let's make sure that we have enough fabric to fold. Once I glued, when I fold, this is my next piece here. We're folding. And I have plenty of room, as you guys can see here when I folded, right, all in here. So this is all extra fabric, so I have plenty of room. And then, let's see here. Do I have enough scrappy fabric? Do I have enough scrappy? Nope, I will not have enough to fold over. Okay, so we're going to do, see, using scraps is perfect. So now, right sides together. We're going to make sure we're going to fold again so we can see the right side. And see right here, when I fold, I'll have plenty of room when I folded it right in here, right there. So I'll have all this extra fabric here and plenty of room. Sewing along the right side. All right, so here I have some excess fabric here, so I'm going to fold this over. And making sure, like I said, the fabric that you had just folded, that you had just sewn is out of the way. So this one has to be out of the way, right? So we folded the paper over, right? Folded the paper that I just sewn. And now trim. I'm going to trim a little bit because I need to have about 1/4 inch here left. Okay, so now I'm going to fold the piece that I just sewn over here. I'm going to add just a tiny dabbers of glue. Yeah, Giovanna, that bird gave me nightmares for a long time. Oh, sheesh. All right. So we have the knob here and the first background piece here. So the next 2 pieces along the side here, this piece, and then this piece are both just background. All right. All right, so I'm going to make sure I do my fold. See, folding is important. And then I'm going to, there is excess fabric here, but you can always trim that once you get your next piece. So you can trim, once you sew, you can trim again and then keep trimming. All right. So Chris, if Chris is still here, are you working on curtains or anything? You can do your curtains, or they're still even double. They're tiny, right, Giovanna? Ay, ay, ay. All right, so my next piece, I am folding. Again, I have plenty of fabric, as you can see in the fold here. This this fabric all here is in the fold, so I'll have plenty of room. I'm gonna sew down on the right side. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I know you guys have been like, oh yeah, right? Busy morning. All right, so here I have, this is where I have the excess fabric here. So I'm gonna make sure, like I said, fabric out of the way, fold the paper here, and then just trim off this excess fabric here. So trim it off. I usually use my ruler when I'm home. You get into a rhythm, but when you're on a live stream, you don't want to torture you don't want to sit and torture all of your viewers. Okay, and these definitely should be pressed. I usually keep my mini iron, my Dritz mini iron with me, and I just press along the way. But Sir Jesse is like a ninja, and I do not need him burning himself. All right, so this is this is very tiny here. This last piece, I'm just going to fold. You'll be able to see. It is tiny. This extra part up here is the 1/4 inch. All right. And I do have a tiny little piece left here. I will sew. Again, I have plenty of room. Now I have glue all over my fingers. So, all right. This was an interesting week this week. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. So I'm going to trim off my excess. Jesse found a snake in the yard. He found a frog. My neighbor dropped off a baby bird. Joe, I'm doing a squirrel amount of things, but nothing on the curtains. Oh, I know, Chris, you're busy. All right, so this here is the knob. This will be the knob. Yay. It always looks a little wonky. That's okay. I'm just going to give a little trim. Again, these are going to be trimmed and trimmed again, and then pressed and pressed again. But so Jesse found a snake. He found a frog. He found a mouse. Sir Ninja Jesse. Yes, he is a ninja. All right, so look at the 4 pieces we've done already so far. You guys see? We've almost gotten everything done. So this is our base. This is and this is the top. Yay, we almost have our sewing machine done. One more little piece to do, and then we will put Humpty together. Again, I have a beginner playlist. This is going to be the busiest part. So I'm using this this peach and white polka dot for the actual sewing machine. But you know what, guys? I think I have to go get some more brown fabric. Maybe someone can juggle and entertain. I'll be back. Hold on. Okay, friends, I was so close. I was just a couple small little pieces away. So this is the background fabric. It's really, it's a cream color, has little brown I don't know what that is on it, but they're so pretty. They actually look like fleur-de-lis. So, yeah. You're so close. We'll give. Oh, he didn't do anything with them. What he does with them is he, um, he doesn't eat them. He's not one. He doesn't eat them. So, my husband freaks out with snakes. My husband so we live by wooded area here. Like behind all the houses are a lot of woods. So I'm just cutting a little piece here. So he just threw them back in. Jesse's 18 months. So he just throws them back into the woods, which means they usually wind up coming back. But so Jesse doesn't eat. He doesn't eat any. He doesn't eat snakes. He's too young. I don't think that he understands, like, where's Annette with her circus music when we need her, right? Oh, I know. And then my other neighbor. So one neighbor brought to me a bird that was dropped by a hawk from one of the trees in his house, by his house. And he's like, I don't know what to do with this. And I said, well, he's got 10,000 trees in his yard. It's never happened to you before? And I said, the only thing you can do when that happens, and you can touch a baby bird. That's we've saved plenty of baby birds, like a ton. All right, so, but the only thing you can really do with them. No, these are baby gardener snakes. Yeah, so I don't know, he finds everything. It is a circus. So my neighbor brings me the bird, and the only thing you can really do with the bird when that happens is, because we've done it probably about 500 times, is leave it by the tree it fell out from, because mom bird will still care for the bird. But this little bird was kind of flying around. So it was old enough to, you can even if it can fly like that, you can even try putting it just like back in the tree. So my neighbor was like, oh, okay. So I said, you can try and leave it water, but you have to leave it as close to the tree, or put it back in the tree if you can. And then somebody else brought me a lost turtle. So what am I going to do with the turtle? I'm not like I don't run a zoo. So whenever we get from the woods, whenever you get get rainstorms, we get a lot of critters. So with the turtle, you gotta just try and leave it where, I don't know. I right? I don't know what to do for a turtle. So it was like, I don't know, right, guys? Hi, Rita. All right, so this is the very last part. This is the actual sewing machine. This whole part here. So, all right, so like I said, wrong sides to wrong sides. So most of this piece is the actual sewing machine, if you guys can see. Let's see. Whenever you have a piece that's folded on an angle, I know Donnell and Rita would be able to, and Terry would be able to tell you, when you have pieces that are on an angle, sometimes they're hard to judge. So when you have a piece that is folded on an angle, you might want to use a big piece. So this right here is folded on an angle like this. So I'm going to pull out a bigger piece just to make sure that I have enough. So as you can see in here, I have, this is the piece here, and I have this big piece of fabric, but I know, like, no matter which way I fold it, I'll still, as you can see, have plenty of fabric left. So trust me, if I tell you how many times I've misjudged that bird. When we have a baby bird and so far can't fly, his mom follows him around the property. It has been 2 weeks and is still walking around. They made him a hut to hide in and named him Baby. Yeah, so what I just did was, there's a box. We have a box, like a shallow box, and put some straw in it, like straw bedding and water, and then let mom do the rest. Turtles have to be put back in the woods. This turtle, Giovanna, went back to the woods all by itself. We didn't have to do anything. It ran right back. So, whew. And it's been hot here, like disgusting, gross, disgusting hot, yuck, yuck. The bird has hopped all the way to the yard about an acre away, but mom still follows him around. She feeds him, and so do the humans. Yeah. So mom will feed just to make sure, but trying to keep the bird from hopping into the sun, into the, under the sun. Try to keep the bird in shade is the best thing. 2 African spurred tortoises. Oh, really? Rita's got the same thing. Yeah, so we got to keep the make sure that they stay out of the sun, because oh wait, I forgot. This piece number 2. See how sometimes when they get real small, this right here is piece number 2. So I was already moving on to piece 3. So let's go to 2. This is part of the sewing machine. See what happens when you're yip yapping? Okay, so we're doing this part right here. It's very small. Some of these small pieces are easy to miss because they're small. Yeah, so this week everyone's bringing me the lost. And like, I can't do anything for a turtle. Like Giovanna said, go back into the woods, because there's plenty of creeks and lots of. All right, so I am going to fold this over. This is such a small piece here. Always use a bigger piece when you are in doubt. Yes, Terry. So this piece is so tiny. I am just going to leave this for video purposes right there, just like that. Now I'm going to go into number 3 here. So I can't wait for you guys to see the sewing machine. All right, so now again we have our fold, and we're going to have very little to trim off. So this is just going to be this little piece when we're done to trim. Yeah, I got snakes and turtles, and you know what? The other night, in the morning, I wake up in the morning and I look at the Ring cameras, right? And I check to see if Gemma, because she hangs out in the backyard, right? She does her thing. So I'm just going to glue here again. See the folded over piece. Whew. Friends. Yes. Yes, and I'll have plenty for my other piece. We're getting there. So I like to look at always use a, you aren't supposed to move a turtle unless they are in danger. Always move them in the direction they are going, not where they came from. Lots of turtles in the roads. Well, my neighbor bought the turtle to me, and the turtle went right back to where it came from. And was moving fast. It was moving, so we didn't even do anything for it. It just, yeah. Today's predicted high Central Virginia will be 9. Our prediction is going to be 104. So we're right behind you, Miss Rhonda. Rita said that's a cool temperature. He still can't make it off the ground. I know it. It's survival of the fittest, but he is our appointment mascot, and he is Robin, baby. Oh, no, Jeff, you can't sit there. You can't sit there, honey. You want to sit here? Yeah. So I was looking the other night. Well, actually, most nights I look every morning to see what Gemma, our rescue bunny. All right, so we have. Let's see, we're at 4. So we did 1, 2, 3, and this. This piece here in the corner down here is 4. See how small that is? And that's just a background piece, so that's pretty easy. But sometimes these, like I said, these small, tiny pieces are easy to pass up because they kind of get you sometimes. So like when I told you guys I did that bird, that little bird which just gave me the hardest time. So Giovanna, if I gave you a splitting migraine, I'm sorry. 104 degrees. 104 degrees. I don't know what this cat is doing. Up here in the East Coast. All right, so let's sew down. Again, you're going to sew down a couple of stitches past, right? I have my Mary Snowman quilt over there because I started working on the binding of the snowman quilt, and Jesse's trying to take a nap under it. Okay, so it's these tiny pieces are hard when you're trying to glue. So I'm just going to try and fold. It's a little smaller here. Just get a little glue so we're not flippy flapping, right? Okay, so number B5 is this one here, and this is a sewing machine piece. So let's see. All right, let's use our scrap piece here. Friends, we are almost done. So all right, so this heat really makes you tired, doesn't it? Well, Joe, your temperature is pretty close. Supposed to hit 115. The humidity is supposed to be low, so Rita, the humidity. I went outside at 5:30 this morning, and it already left me gasping for air. At 5:30 in the morning, I felt like crap. And when it's so hot, it makes you feel gross. All right, so we're going to trim off this extra pieces here. I'm kind of just using this mat here. Again, these definitely should be pressed as you go. All right. Glue here. Glue is only sticky when you don't need it to be, right? All right, so we have 5. This is 6 here. And friends, we are almost done. This is awesome. All right, sewing machine. I am going to use this big piece here because I do not want to be short when I am sewing this here. So there is going to be a bigger scrap piece because this is the main piece of the actual sewing machine. I don't want to mess that up. Here it has cooled down a bit. All right, so let's fold this over and trim this piece off. So some of these pieces, you gotta keep these scraps because these will come in handy. These little pieces really come in handy. All right, so this is the long body of the sewing machine. And yes, I have plenty extra. Plenty. Oh, your shoes will melt. I remember a friend of mine saying that they went out to Arizona and someone said, if you're new here and you come in July, you're going to need gloves for your steering wheel. I'm just going to trim a little bit. Again, these will have to be pressed. So looking at the overnight ring camera, there were deer. There were deer. I saw a fox. There was a raccoon, a skunk. Oh, and flying squirrels. All in one night. So let me just cut a little piece here. I only need a tiny piece. So there's a pretty good menagerie of animals if come in when you live by wooded areas, right? So we had turtles, snakes, right? That's going to be enough. All right. Our very last piece, friends, right here. All right, our last piece. We are folding. Sorry. We are folding. Yay. I don't want to keep you guys too long. I am so sorry. These only take a long time when you're actually doing the DIY. Sorry. All right, so we're going to trim. Ay. I forgot a step. I forgot a piece. But it's okay. It's on the end. Oh. Sorry, guys. I am yip yapping. And I am yip yapping. Have you ever had to hand stitch a block before sewing with the machine to match up the points? No. No, I did not. Haven't done that. Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing, Giovanna? All right, so we're going to trim off. I know I should use my ruler, but when I put this together, we'll bring out the ruler and just give a quick, we'll do an eyeball trim. Look, friends, our sewing machine. How fun, right? Yay. All right, so it's been an hour and a half. So let's run quick and put this together. Again, I don't have my iron on, but I will have to go get my ruler. We'll trim this up. And then off camera, I will press. All right, guys, you want to see? Can you see under here? Everybody wants to say hi. Can you see him? Can you guys see him in there? Say hi to everybody. Could you guys see him? Could you guys see him? Oh, it saved you from the point. He's sleeping in my snowman quilt. Okay, so let me go get my ruler. We will trim this up and we'll put it together. I don't know why I don't have a ruler. All right, so let's do the official trimming. You guys don't need to see that. I'm just going to trim it up. And then we will put Humpty Dumpty. Get my light on here. Yay. Yes, pressing is definitely, quilts and cats are a natural combination, right, Chris? There's 10,000 pet beds all around the house. All right, so I'm keeping the 1/4 inch from the original paper piecing. If you guys want to know, learn how to paper piece without sewing on the paper, our amazing and wonderful friend Rita at Crystal Dragon Creations, Rita, she's in the chat. Let's see here. Where's Miss Rita? I thought Miss Rita was a moderator. Let's make Miss Rita a moderator. Yeah, Miss Rita just did videos on she just did videos on how to do paper piecing without sewing on the paper. All right, Miss Rita, you are a moderator. If you want to go in and put video or whatever. All right, so let's trim and trim. I love how the paper piecing blocks come out. I just love, even my flying geese look like flying geese, right? Yay. And who can say that, right? Flying geese or geese. Go ahead, Miss Rita. Yeah, so Rita has really, really great videos on how to do that. Oh yeah, this one was a hot mess. Yeah, so Rita is excellent. Miss Terry at So Terry, if you guys want to learn how to paper piece, Terry's amazing. I don't know if Terry had video, but Donnell has done plenty of paper piecing at Donnell Stitchery. If you want to check out Donnell, she has amazing videos on how to do it. Okay, so let's put Humpty Dumpty together, friends. Ooh, that's bright. All right, so let's see what it says. All right. So we're going to put the machine together first, 1/4 inch. Matchy matchy. Clipping. Clipping, we're all clipped. 1/4 inch. I recently started making my own FBP templates and it's even more amazing. I made, yes, I did videos not sewing paper a while back. So if you guys want to check out So Terry, she said that she made videos not sewing on the paper a while ago. So go check Terry out and Rita. So I made a couple of my own patterns too in the beginning. Not fancy, just super basic blocks. Because when I was waiting, when I ordered that book, the Sew Yourself a Merry Christmas, Laura can tell you it took over 2 weeks, right, Laura? It took over 2 weeks to get the book. And I was twitching, right, and itching. And I was like, so I just did some practice, like, like squares and triangles and HSTs and just really super basic blocks. But Rita's been making some pretty fancy ones, and hers are amazing. Good job, Rita. Rita's a busy, like the busiest beat ever. Rita's busy. Oh, look. There's our sewing machine, friends. Oh, it looks like my seam is a little too big here. Right there, right? Huh. See? Chalk it up to being unalive. All right, so I'm going to add my top, which is my spool of thread. Oh, no, I'm not. No, we're going to add I'm going to add my knob. So let's see. How did I do it the last time, right? I did making sure that we're not going to we're going to do the knob the right way this time. See, because everything's reversed, sometimes I get confused. All right. All right, friends, let's double. Let's double. All right. So sections A and B together, done. With B on the top, done. Sew part C to the right side of A and B. C. Sew D to the bottom of A, B, and C. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, so it's been like a few weeks since I made this one. Bye, Dwayty. Take care, my friend. All right, so an hour and 40 minutes. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So D to the bottom of A, B, and C. Let's see. D. Okay. D. So anyone have plans this weekend? Anyone doing anything fun? Am I boring you guys to tears? I'm sorry. I just wanted you guys to see the cute sewing machine. It finishes to be 6 inches. Yeah. I want to make it a 12-inch. Try and increase the size. Printer is not having it. I couldn't print out. I could not. Oh my God! Do you know what I got? Oh my God, guys! I sewed it to the bottom. This was supposed to be the top part. Friends, if you guys gotta go, I know, I get it. I was wondering why it looked a little off. I just use my little scissors here. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't usually wear glasses, but when I do this stuff, I do. Friends, it's Friday. And I'm sorry if you have to go. I apologize. I apologize if you have to go. See what happens when you're yip yapping? It's like, thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda, if you want to do basic FPP, I have a playlist. Rita has lots of stuff. Donnell at Donnell Stitchery. Thank God this is a small piece, guys, because this is annoying. And I didn't even sew all the way down, thank God. So, yep, the overnight camera, overnight ring camera had deer, fox, skunk, raccoon, and flying squirrels. And no Gemma. Because I always look for him. Like I said, we got to get everybody else, every other animal on the planet, right? Well, I miss trying to get a feet pattern, but cannot find it for the sewing machine. Oh, for this sewing machine is by Penny Spool Quilt. Is that what you're talking about, Rita? Yeah, this is a very, I might, like I said in my short, I might make 1,000,000 of these. These are adorable. Oh, guys, I am so sorry. This is annoying, right? And did you see how excited I got to finish it? I was like, yay, we're going to finish it. So I'll have to trim and press everything up after the live stream, but you'll be able to see it. So the other sewing machine, Giovanna, and you guys saw, was a hot mess that I did in the short. Yeah. So oh, I didn't even sew that. So yeah, I got to see Gemma quite a few times actually last week, and I saw her once or twice this week. So it was kind of exciting. I have a couple of videos coming out on the rescue channel, on my rescue channel for her. So yeah, she's doing so good. She looks so beautiful. She comes and hangs out in her backyard sanctuary at night. All right, so now let's sew this correctly, right? All right. Let's sew this correctly, friends. All right, so this will have to be trimmed up big time. All right. I just sewed it upside down. Did you guys see that? I'm sorry. All right. Let's not make the same mistake twice. Let's make sure we line up everything. We are lining up. We are lining up. All right. Nope. So you guys all know the trials and tribulations of sewing, right? If I wasn't on a live stream, I don't know if I'd be pulling out seam ripper. All right, there you go. So this sewing machine, I hope you guys make it. It's really super adorable. So adorable. I love it, love it, love it. And it would definitely help if I had my my iron with me. But as you can see, Mr. Jesse, I shared some with a friend who's going through treatment. She's down. Oh, that's so nice, Terry. Okay, so we are going to do the last part here is the top machine with the bobbin. So that little, if anyone decides to make that little bird, beware. It's a beautiful block. But like I said, it's going to be this is going to wind up being vintage before I use it for anything. All right, so friends, again, I don't use my my glasses very much, guys, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it. So anyone doing have any like plans? I know you guys are. Who's doing the sew along with Annette and Lori? Are you guys doing the sew along, the Quilt of Valors? You know, Andrea is. Any of you guys doing the Quilt of Valor? Because it's such a look. Annette posted the pattern and it's gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And Miss Pat is going to be really, really busy doing all those kits. Ay, ay, ay. But she loves that. She loves doing that. She loves the cause for the the vets. I think a lot of people were doing it because that's a really, really wonderful idea. Yes, but not Quilt of Valor, but doing the sew along. Oh, you are? So you're going to do the pattern and make your own fabric, Rita? It's really a beautiful pattern. It reminded me of your quilt. Like so beautiful with the stars. Sandra did a beautiful job with that quilt. Really, really amazing. I wish I could be that good. You know, I really wish that I didn't have to sit and cut this out twice. But I'm determined for you guys to see how freaking adorable. I mean, you guys already saw it because it's right here, but I will not leave until I finish. So, Giovanna, if I gave you a big headache with the bird, I'm sorry. Right? Ah, that thing was just pain in the butt. You know what, guys? I don't care about being on long today because it's already like 95 degrees out. And I would rather have a blizzard. I'd rather have the 18 inches of snow back than this weather. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Yuck. Triple yuck. All right, let's see if we can get this right. Who wants to go outside today? Yuck. It's just absolutely disgusting. So nasty and gross and really gross and yucky. See, this here is supposed to go here. Right, it's supposed to go right there. Literally like right here. And when I flipped it over before, it didn't line up. It did not line up. It's so disgusting out and it's horrible. It's a nightmare. It is so gross. Feels like temperature of 104 is disgusting. Right, guys? Grand dogs. Yeah, fun. That's fun. All right. This is it, guys. It's the last time. I have lined it up and lined it up and lined it up. Woo. And lined it up. Okay. Let's do a trim. Adorable. Yay. Bye, Emery. Thank you for hanging out. All right. Yay. Nice. She is adorable. So I'm going to have to finish pressing this after. Because if I pressed this along the way, it would have been a lot easier to sew. I could close the door and not let Jessie in. Oh, it's a little wrinkled. Yay! She's so cute. See, these rulers are great that I got. This ruler is really great that I got off of Amazon. It has the 1/4 inch around all the way around. You can trim. Came in a set of 4. This one seam did not turn out good, but it's all wrinkled. I got a glue. I should have pressed it along the way. Look, guys. I'm gonna hold them up at the same time. Look, they're almost like the same. This one I trimmed down a lot, but this one's gonna have to be trimmed. Hold them up side by side. Fun, right? What do you guys think? Cute? Where do we go to get the bird FPP block? Giovanna, do you have the link? I made a big mistake in the head of the bird. Oh, I know. Giovanna, look. Look at my head. Look, my bird's got flat head. And you know what? It's sticking to it. Don't they turn out so adorable? And you can see right all of my seams right there. So I use the same color combinations, the pink and the, yeah, I made a hot mess over here. So this is my FPP wall I showed you guys before. So on the top, you guys can see, I finished yesterday the 2 gingerbread and the reindeer on the top. So that makes those 3 that I did yesterday. Those 3 finished this whole entire book, all 16. It finishes all 16 of these blocks here. And I've done videos on how to do the stocking. I did a video on how to do this little, they're calling these gift sacks. And I did a video on how to do the stocking on the top with the penguin. So I have a DIY on how to do that. Yeah, they're almost the same, right, guys? Look, almost the same colors, right? But yay. I got it on Amazon, I think. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if I have the bird. Terry, let me see if I have the bird. Let me see. You guys, I am so sorry. I am just taking so much of your time today. I understand if you've got a gazillion other things to do. I love your wall. Oh, thank you, Terry. That's just fleece fabric. As soon as I find it, I will send you the link. It should be in the description of this live stream. Oh no, I didn't add it in the live. I didn't add the bird in the live stream. Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, the bird. So most of the patterns, usually they have it written down, like the patterns written on the back. See, like this one here for it has the name of, on each of the patterns that you print, it has their names, like, you know, some of them have their names. So I'm going to add my sewing machines, and I'm going to make this. This is probably going to be around until 2050 or whenever. Yeah, I'm sorry, Giovanna. Some of the links are not opening under the video. Really? How could that be? I thought it was just me. Oh, I don't know. I reposted everything. Oh, sorry, Sandra. If you could just literally type in the links into Google and it'll open it up, because it's just direct links. Their name on the paper pattern, I will search. I have the video. I did a short. Let me see if I can shoot. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see here. Shorts. All right, so here's the short. All right, so this is my short.
Hi friends, Joanna here. Hope everybody's doing amazing. So number 2 of the 7 paper piece projects I'm going to be trying.
It says it's Bluebird, made for Sew Hooked. It's called Paper Piece Pattern a Day Garden Party Big Hop. So it's made for Sew Hooked, and it's called Bluebird. So it's Sew Hooked Bluebird. Yeah, because this is one of the shorts that I did. And yeah, that's what it's called. Sew Hooked Bluebird. Try copying the link, then paste it in the Google. Yeah, so once you paste it, in the description, there's, if you go to Quilters Cache, or you go to Quilters Patterns, it's called Quilting Traditions, right? There's like almost 200 different pattern at free FPP patterns under Quilters Cash. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know them. It's Quilters Cash, and there's pattern. Is it Pattern Traditions or something? Yeah. So there are pretty much every block that you have paper piece, they will have in. They also have the option of paper piece, and they come in 3 different sizes. They come in 4.5, 5.5, 6, and actually, yeah, 6. They come in 3 sizes. So any one of the links that I put in there for Quilters Cash, you have a whole bunch in there too. So if you're new, you want to do FPP, those are really great ways to practice. Yay! Right, guys? So this one I have to trim, but woo, they look almost the same, right? Almost the same fabrics and same colors. Yeah, so this one is going to have to be trimmed, but boy, this one gave me a doozy. So these 2 are going to have to go onto my FPP wall. This Etsy shop has multiple breeds of FPP bird patterns. Yeah, if you go on to, yeah, Etsy has a ton. They definitely have a ton. Thank you, Giovanna. I got it on, yeah, so it's called Sew Hook. Try that. So, yeah. So like I said, in the description, there is tons and tons and tons of free patterns. I was like, why does my laptop look so blurry? I had it wasn't plugged in. So definitely make sure you try this by Penny Spools. Again, the pattern is amazing. It's very simple to follow, very easy. Sew Hook said it is a retired block from 2012. I printed it out. I printed it. It was like, I think that video was a few weeks ago. You know what? Let me see here. Hold on, friends. Let's see if I can find it again. Okay, so let's see here. This is just the flowers, because I have a folder here of patterns I did already. Let's see what I got. Yeah, this is, all right, here it is. This is it right here. And let's see here. Let me see if I could get the direct. Oh, this is what it was. Okay, this is the person. All right. I have to put glasses on for this because this is so small. And I don't wear glasses. All right, friends, here it goes. All right, this is the, look how tiny this website is. Can you see that little corner there? All right, so this is the website. All right, so this is here. www.lilja All right, so LILABS.com is www. Wait. Lil Jabs. Look at me, guys. Oh, I look like crazy. All right. That's the website for the bird. If you go to Giovanna, you want to put that in the, can you put that in there? Somebody want to put this Little Jabs in there? It is LILJABS. Yeah, so little jabs, yes. If you do www, that's the pattern for this bird. So, LILJABS. JABS. So if anyone gets a big migraine from doing that block, I'm sorry. Very sorry. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That's the bird. And this is the sewing machine. Hey, there is a link for the bird. Oh, thank you so much, Rita. Whew. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I could have sworn I had it. So the bird is going to go back up onto the wall. And I'm going to hang up my 2 sewing machines. Yay. They look like exactly alike, right? All right. Yay, guys. How much fun is that? Fun, right? Where is the sewing machine now? Oh, you want to know the name of it again, Rita? She did, and we all thanked her. Love that happy hour quilt on the Sew Hooked website, right? That's pretty, right, Regina? Regina's been doing such cute videos of her, I guess, what are we calling it, Regina? Our summer respite? Her quilt, check out Regina's videos. She's been doing quilting therapy videos. They're quite enjoyable. I like watching fabrics and watch people get new stuff and new projects. So you have to check out Regina's new videos. Yes, Regina, I was petting your fabrics too. Oh, thank you for doing that. Yeah, so that's it right there. I would have put it in the description, but I didn't know if you guys were going to want the headache to try it because it's giving right? Regina, K Money. I'm not a good singer, Regina, so you have to excuse my. It's not doing Regina's intro any justice. I'm not the singer, Regina, even though you might think it. I am not. Woohoo! Yeah, so if you guys decide you're going to do the bird and you get a real big migraine, I don't see. Giovanna is glad she got her hair cut because she'd be pulling it out. I have them saved now. Oh, okay, good. Okay. All right, Sandra, if you get a headache from doing that, the bird, I'm going to put a disclaimer on the thumbnail. Not my fault. Miss D is needing attention. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'm so sorry. It's been 2 hours. I don't think I've ever done a live stream. I've never talked that long, and I apologize. I'm praying for you, Giovanna, to feel better. Oh, yes. Thank you. You're the best, Rhonda. So thank you guys so much. I apologize so much. I just wanted to make sure you guys got to see the sewing machines and the headache. So, okay, I was going to do the bird without sewing through the paper. We shall see. Oh, you might not even have enough room to. Thank you guys so much, Rhonda. Check out the beginner FPP playlist. And like I said, Rita has plenty of stuff. The girl Sawyer, enjoy listening as always. Oh, this girl Sawyer, hi. I didn't even know you were lurking. I thought lurking was Sheila's job. And Patty, yo Patty, she does a lot of lurking too. But thank you for coming, girl Sawyer. Yeah, so thank you very much for stopping in. So Friday morning sunshine's your only job today, and for the rest of the weekend is at least spend a little time each day for yourself. Whatever it is that you do, unless you're Andrea, you're petting fabric. Oh, yeah, Sandra, big hug to you. Thank you guys so much. And congratulations to Brenda and Joe for winning on the net. And so guys, have a great weekend. And I will talk to you guys soon. Make sure you take time for yourself. So big hugs and kisses.